roll over. Here comes Dr. Raw.
You guys always goes, should we be thinking this? Duh. You guys present stuff like that. You guys used to have balls.
What is heaven?
A coward's whoopee. When you order a 6-piece nuggets and they give you 7 and a switchblade.
All my friends are dead and they don't like me anymore. They've moved along, they've changed, and now they find me quite a bore. Way back then it was okay to be a little weird, but all my friends are dead.
7 and a switchblade.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm internet personality Milk Content, and this is another episode of that show that analyzes media, but isn't a media analyst show because sometimes it just faffs about bonsai for 20 minutes, and other times it plays video games or whatever. 10minutedailyvideo.net, your place for 10minutedailyvideo.net. You guys seen Wonder Showzen? It's woke. Okay, that's the video. Let's get that. We're gonna do more? Ah, that was obvious. Okay, well, if you don't know what Wonder Showzen is,
Oh, good Lord, it's a kid's show.
It's a kid's show? Wonder Showzen is like the first TV show by PFFR. PFFR is a production company that has made music and art projects, but are most known for making avant-garde, extremely weird, and extremely offensive material. So PFFR is a production company, an art collab. They are based in Brooklyn, New York. Oh, he keeps reading the wiki. That means it's serious. I just want to remember the names: Vernon Chapman, John Lee, and Allison Levy. Wonder Showzen is a kids puppet animation show, but it's not really for kids. It's a satire.
Kids on the beat, kids on the street, beat kids, beat kids.
They use that to do extremely violent, extremely crass, and extremely sexually explicit cartoons aimed at children. It's funny. It's basically what Big Mouth keeps failing to do in every way. But I don't really want to talk about that stuff. I'd rather talk about why it's woke.
Genocide for anyone who isn't white.
See, Wonder Showzen has a reputation for providing a bunch of memes. The "That's Racist" meme comes from Wonder Showzen. There's a bunch of other ones I'm blanking on. And I will admit that all satire can very easily be used by racists against its original creator. And that's why I want to talk about Wonder Showzen a little bit on that front. If you see any individual joke on Wonder Showzen about race, the only way that those jokes work is because the guys writing it are hyper aware of, their place in racial politics.
I got the good kind of racism. Testicular.
Even if it looks like they're punching down.
Meet my wife's teacher. I think she's having an affair with him.
The actual punching down is at the white people making the jokes.
Why don't you love me anymore? Oh.
Like, only a white person would be so fucking callous as to make a joke like this.
I heard that white Americans are now the minority.
Now how am I gonna do that?
Do what?
Drag myself behind my truck.
Oh, I mean horse apples.
And that's the joke. The joke keeps on being, what are the lower depravities of white comedy?
We went to the apocalypse. Yay! Apocalypse. Oh God, the crushing nothingness. The crushing loneliness. The fluffy crushiness.
If you need proof of that, they did this bit called Horse Apples.
You're watching Horse Apples.
Horse Apples is, if you're dumb, very racist.
Space, white people, and brainwash.
Well, it's racist against white people mostly, but if you're dumb, you think that it and I'll prove that by showing you some dumb guys.
Does anyone have any positive comments that they'd like to make?
I just like it. It's a lot of humor. You laugh, you have a good time.
The comedy end of it kind of like gets you into a different frame of mind. You know?
Okay. All right.
I like the guys in the boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those two characters kind of buddies in the boat.
Yeah, buddies in a boat.
I don't know who the girl is, but she's sexy.
These guys didn't get the joke. They showed these guys not getting the joke so that they could later in the series do an entire episode of Horse Apples. For the very baby children in the room, Horse Apples is a parody of Hee Haw.
Welcome to Hee Haw!
Hee Haw was kind of comedy.
It'll be $7.61.
Hold it. I just sat down here.
I guess. Yeah, I guess it was comedy.
All I know, fella sitting right there on that stool had eggs over easy and ham and rye toast and coffee. And
Well,
that's
just
$7.61.
Take a look at me. I'm not that fellow.
I don't look at faces. I just serve food.
Horse Apples is more honest. It's more about what white people, especially in the early 2000s, and especially in Middle America, were perceived to be behaving like.
Holcomb. Oh yeah, Texas.
Middle America, you dumb is golden.
What's weird now is I think that shifted considerably. I don't think the redneck stereotypes are even portrayed this way anymore. Remembering that these guys made Xavier, Renegade Angel.
You snows, you lows, you sleeped, you weeped, you napper, you get slapper, you slumber, a cucumber, you catch up on some Zeds, you get out of my heads, you slumber, hamburger, I don't want to talk about nothing else.
They made The Heart She Hollered.
Look at me! I'm disgusted! What the hell did you do? I was born without lady parts!
They made The Shivering Truth.
I've never shown anyone this. It's huge. Thank you.
Without Wonder Showzen, you don't get The Shivering Truth. So many things that are like, there's a lot of seeds in Wonder Showzen that do bloom into The Shivering Truth. And I think The Shivering Truth is basically television mastery. It's like one of the best shows ever made.
Thank you so much.
So the main thing about the Horse Apples episode, and kind of a lot of episodes of Wonder Showzen, they devolve.
You got Jenna, and you're not wearing nails for mayonnaise.
Devolution is very important to the Wonder Showzen theme. Episodes break down, they become shards within shards within shards, things like that. The Horse Apples episode has a similar breakdown, except it's more of a realization, you know? I think this bit here is basically the thesis for the entirety of Wonder Showzen's racial humor.
Well, I guess that's what this is all about. My kind not thinking things through.
And I feel pretty confident in saying that it's a woke show. Amy Poehler is involved, and David Cross is involved.
Oh no!
And Zach Galifianakis. And they're all people who are edgy, but they're certainly not racists, and they're certainly not bigots. And they all manage, everybody in the cast doing the Horse Apples things really skewers the target, I think.
People say we ain't educated. Well then, how'd we find out?
I've happened to known a lot of rednecks. I happen to know a lot of dumb people. And the fact of the matter is, they're not as clever as the characters in Horse Apples. And that's how you can tell that it's being written, you know, by people who are woke. Okay, well, I don't know if that was a clickbait title or not. I feel like I adequately explained myself, but you know, if you got something in the comments, I love engagement. It makes me warm in my stomach. If you want to help the show, there's a Patreon. I'd prefer never to do ads, ever, if I can avoid it. I hate ads. I hate advertising. Yeah. Okay, hey. Bye.